Hello there, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about my space shuttle that I made. I'm posting this up on the Kerbal Space Program forums, and I'd like to make a little video just with a little bit of information on how to launch and land this vehicle and some information about the package that I provided. As this shuttle stands right here, the current mod packs it uses are B9 Aerospace, Procedural Wing, Nova Punch, KSO, Foostech, Real Shoots, Tweakable Parameters, and I made this using Ferrum Aerospace. I do not know if it works under stock physics. I have not tried. The package I provided contains multiple versions of this ship. I have the old Nova Punch, the one I originally made with it. The new Nova Punch does not have the SRBs that I used before. I think also Foostech is out of date as well. Just in case if you have the old versions, you can use those. I also made sure that there was no KSO and no Foostech. These are optional, KSO and Foostech. I made sure there was no KSO and Foostech version, just in case you didn't want the docking adapters. I'll show you that one right here. Yes, no docking adapters. You can just attach whatever you need up into this piece right here. So the max payload size, which I have set up right here, is 1 1/4 orange fuel tanks. I'm using tweakable parameters just to make sure the gimbaling range is good enough, just to always keep this going within the center of mass. And I also tweaked the SAS module a little bit, just to make sure that it doesn't go out of control or anything. I also added a thrust limiter, because these solid rocket boosters are a little bit more powerful than the original ones. Okay, so we're up on the launch pad here, and I just want to show you a few steps you need to take before you take off. You want to put up your landing gear. The front landing gear is clipping into the tank here, and we don't want that screwing with anything when you release it. You also want to close the cargo bay doors. Optionally, well, first you can hit 1, or you can right click and close the cargo bay doors that way. You definitely want to turn on SAS. That's very important. You don't want to go out of control. And I set this up so the main engines go off, and then the solid rocket boosters go off, and the launch clamps release when you hit space again. So they go off like that. Now you're going forward a little bit, and you want to combat that forward velocity just by pointing back a little bit, and you'll see that your velocity vector will move and show you that you're going up rather than forward. Now, other than that, it's fairly simple to get up into orbit. I will probably, actually, one thing before I cut right here is tell you that when you release these solid rocket boosters, they will get fairly close to the wings. I've never had them hit the wings or damage anything, so I don't think it's really anything to worry about. So I will come back when I'm just about to get into orbit so I can explain to you the orbital maneuvering system. Alright, so here we are just about to jettison the main fuel tank. What you want to do is you want to turn on RCS and use K to move back. So hold down K and hit space. And this should take you far away from your main fuel tank, so you do not hit it when you go into orbit. Now I do suggest you hit 3. It will switch to your orbital maneuvering system. Also, if you just in case you're wondering, hit 2 and it will switch back to your main engine. But we want to be at 3 right now. Okay, so we're just about at our apoapsis. So there's something I should mention. is that, let's throttle up here. While you're boosting, you may need to hold down S, because it does tend to kind of tip up a little bit while you're, depending on the size of your payload, it may want to tip up while you're boosting. It's a little low on that part, but that's alright. Doesn't need to be exact. Okay, so we are in orbit. See, our fuel tank is back there. So, can extend the panels. If you have a payload, hit 1 to open the cargo bay. Now, in case you're wondering, I did put lights inside the cargo bay. So when you want to turn on the lights, hit 4. You can see that the lights turn on. And you know what? I'll put a little bit of space debris in here. Say goodbye to this payload. As far as I know, the space shuttle does not land with payloads. So you're pretty much always going to have to land with an empty cargo bay. I may be wrong. It may be able to land with payloads, but I'm not sure. It's another thing I haven't tested. I probably should have. Okay, so we have our payload deployed. So now let's get to landing. I will cut back there when I do a deorbit burn and get ready to land. Okay, so this is about where you want to be, just so you don't overshoot. The new Ferrum Aerospace makes things really, really aerodynamic. So I've noticed if I don't go this far back, I will just shoot straight over the Kerbal Space Center. Wow, I really like the environmental visual enhancements mixed with the better atmospheres. It just looks great. Okay, so you definitely want to retract your solar panels and close your cargo bay doors. It's very important. What do I have there? Oh, that's my debris. I guess it followed us. Alright, so here we are in the re-entry. This is very important that you make sure you do not put too much G-force on these on the wings or anything, because the new Ferrum Aerospace makes things fall apart. I found that out the hard way. In fact, let's bring up Ferrum Aerospace. Yes, high dynamic pressure. I'm going a little faster than I would like. I really hope I don't screw up this landing. You need to make sure you're going pretty fast, but not too fast. Otherwise, you don't have a very soft landing. Alright, here we go. Down a little bit more. And hit 5, and it puts out your landing parachutes. And just at the end of the runway. Whew. Yes. Hit 5 and you put out your landing parachutes. You can also spam the spacebar if you wish, but I made sure I added an action group for that. But thank you for watching my video. I really hope you enjoy my space shuttle. Thank you.